Wouldn't you just feel like a total chode if you're like told your designer just make it exactly like Apple, and then he makes something and you're like, no more like Apple, please. Hello, friends. Welcome to User Friendly, the podcast that talks about technology and stuff on the web and our favorite stuff on the web.
not just stuff on the web, our favorite stuff on the web also.
And our least favorite too.
And our least favorite stuff on the web.
My name is Roberto Hoyos, and I am the owner of a company called Throwboy, and I'm here with my friend
Erfon Elijah. I have a frog in my throat. And you may know me from such podcasts. You may know me from such podcasts as The Cultcast and writing for cultomac.com. Did you get that reference?
Yeah, Troy McClure.
Yeah, Troy McClure here.
I think it's that's the one who's like, today we live, tomorrow we die.
I don't remember. I stopped watching The Simpsons so long ago.
I downloaded season 7 just to try to get like somewhere in the sweet spot of when they were still good. And they were all like, every one of them was classic, you know?
Oh, really?
But
that's good to know.
You know what the worst part about The Simpsons is that you can't easily access that show unless you there's no way you can't Netflix it. I don't think that you can iTunes it. So you're kind of like pushed into downloading it on torrent because you don't want to go buy like a $35-$40 stupid DVD box set. Like, do you really?
Is it of all the seasons, or is that just one season?
One season.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like, dude, like get on something streaming, and I would pay.
You know, I had never even thought about that before. Yeah, I mean, Simpsons is not available anywhere. And I stopped watching it so long ago that
I think it would have a crazy resurgence. Like people would
think
start
it would
tweeting
too.
about it and stuff if they had all the seasons on Netflix. That'd be nuts.
You know, like they should release the earlier seasons on Netflix. Mm-hmm. You know, that would be cool. Like,
yeah,
I mean, what season are they in? 40?
Like 42. No, now it's embarrassingly bad. Like, they've exhausted every possible joke. It's so not fresh anymore. And the crazy thing is the people like us who are like 30 or late 20s grew up on The Simpsons, and now they're writing The Simpsons, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's a weird sort of thing,
yeah.
you know?
I never thought about that before. I stopped watching The Simpsons when I was probably 23. Like, I felt like then...
Yeah, me too.
It was getting kind of stale, and that's when Family Guy came out. And I don't really watch Family Guy a lot, but I felt like Family Guy was what The Simpsons could have been. Like, it's kind of edgy, it's creative, it's actually funny.
It's funny, but it's not clever funny. Like, it's just dumb humor. Like
Family Guy?
Yeah, they just throw 100 dumb gags out. But it's funny. Like, I like that show and I watch it. But it's definitely not like the kind of... It's a different kind of humor. And I love South Park, but you don't like South Park.
No, I wasn't a huge fan of South Park. I always tried, but I could never get into it. Did you see Ted?
I didn't.
The movie with the teddy bear?
Yeah.
Well, some people think this movie's hilarious. I watched it, and I was literally making this face the whole time. I think I laughed. There's one part towards the end with Flash Gordon that was hilarious. And other than that, I was like, it was like watching MacGruber. Did you ever see MacGruber?
No, you told me about it.
It was supposed to be really funny, but it felt like it was written by somebody who just had no idea what they were doing. And Seth MacFarlane obviously has never written a movie before, so that was pretty much exactly what happened. But hey,
how are you, man?
I was gone.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, although you may not think so because of last week's episode.
The super fans have tweeted, and they're like, where's our new episode? They like wanted one right when you got home.
I know. So I did not fly home last week to do a special UF. Mm-hmm. I was in Las Vegas as I call it, reporting at CES for Cultomac.
Yep.
And I got back on Thursday. And then I had to immediately leave on Friday to go to a wedding in Bellingham, Washington, which is like probably like an hour and a half away from Seattle. Mm-hmm. So I got back on freaking Saturday night, and I was just exhausted. I just wanted to hibernate and not talk to anybody. Mm-hmm. But I thought it'd be cool to talk a little bit about CES, because CES is just a circus. It's a technology circus. It's like... everyone's there, like The Verge is there, Engadget's there, Gizmodo's there, Wired's there, Ars Technica's there. I mean, every single big site's there. So you're seeing all these people that you know, and it's fun, but it's also just a huge amount of work.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget about Mashable.
Oh, I forgot. Mashable's there. Yeah, I think I saw Pete Cashmore at every party. Not working, but he was at the parties, and then he was combing his hair in the bathroom a lot. Yeah, I saw that a lot too. Impeccable hairdo.
He had a
And,
nice beard trimmer. And the...
Yeah, he's just like trimming his beard, and I was like, that's a little weird. And then at dinner, he had like the napkin on his lap. He reached into his pocket and pulled out 100, and he would wipe his mouth off it, and then just throw it on the ground.
Yeah.
And watch the servers fight over it. So, where to begin? So CES was a lot of fun.
Consumer electronics.
The Consumer Electronics Show.
You say it so fast, it sounds like you're saying CS.
CES, one of the biggest technology shows in the world, and it's so massive. You know, it's funny. A lot of people are like, "Oh man, what are all the coolest things that you saw when you were there?"
Yeah.
I hardly actually got to see any of the show floor because it's so big, and when you're press, a lot of times you are just sitting in the press room writing because you need the internet access. And this year I was doing video, so I was constantly working with video. Dude, look how bright it's getting in here.
Did you upload any of that video?
Yeah, it's all on the web.
Oh, cool.
So I came up with like this kitschy bit. I was like, so my editor wanted me to do video at CES. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, I like doing video, you know, but I don't have a cameraman or anything. So they gave me an editor.
Yeah.
So I didn't edit any of it. I just gave the editor the raw
That's
footage.
nice.
Yeah, that was really nice. There's no way I would have been able to do it without that. But I was like, you obviously can't compete with The Verge. You know, their videos are excellent. You know, you can't compete with Engadget. You can't compete with all these other, technology blogs out there that have huge video budgets. So I'm like, I'm going to be kitschy, and that will be like why anyone would want to watch any of this. So I was Erfon Elijah, gadget hunter. It's so stupid. But I think people liked it. You know, it was like kind of funny, and no one else is doing anything, and a lot of people there are just being really serious.
Yeah.
So I was like, worst case scenario, people get a few laughs and then learn about new products. I think it worked.
That's why people like this show.
Yeah, it's probably why people like this show.
It is handmade with a Band-Aid.
I like that. At the end, so at least for the first few videos, these people that I'm talking to don't know what to expect, right? Like they have no idea who I am.
Yeah, like
and I would turn to them and I'm like, I don't know if you know this, but you've just been gadget hunted.
The guy's like,
did you just grab my wiener?
I was hired for the weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking
sir.
about. Yeah.
You're making me feel uncomfortable, sir.
Good.
Good. So we did that. That was fun. But, I saw The Verge running around with great example. So I'm here with my Franken camera, right? Like this contraption that I've built so I get good sound and decent video. Mm-hmm. And then I see these Verge guys running around and they're taking some video and I look at their cameras. It's like these $15,000 cameras. There's two of them. Two guys, each holding a camera.
What do those look like nowadays?
They look like larger DSLR cameras. So Canon has a new cinema line that does 4K video. I mean, they're just spectacular cameras. That's just the camera body. Yeah. The lenses are, $3,000 to $7,000 to $8,000 each.
But they're not coma forward.
No, they're not. They kind of look like those old cameras with the double lenses and the hand cranks. They kind of look like that, except there's just one lens. But they're the same size, and they're kind of ugly, I think. But that's neither here nor there. So,
they're like a red camera or no?
I would say they're smaller than a red camera. Yeah, or maybe the same size. I've actually never seen a red camera.
And you're like, I have my flip cam.
Yeah, I'm on my iPhone. The Andrew wanted me to do it on my iPhone, and I'm like, no. Yeah. I'm not putting my name on that. Not a chance. That's so bad.
I hear you, yeah. Video is a big deal. I mean, especially, I watch a lot of YouTube, and it's always with the technology as it grows, the ante is always getting higher and higher and higher to where it's in some people's minds, they think that their subscribers probably won't watch lower resolution video. Just it's unattractive. It's not gonna grab them from the beginning, So, which, I mean, I don't know if it's true, but it's just it's increasing and increasing and increasing. Because YouTube used to be. I remember watching Steve Jobs' demo of, look, we have YouTube now on the Apple TV, and everyone was like, oh, cool, we're gonna have pixelated video on our TV. And now that's totally not the case. I mean, you can watch our show on YouTube, and it's in high
HD,
definition.
Yeah,
right?
It's crazy.
So anyway,
looking at it from a larger scale, stepping back, I feel like CES was a lot smaller this year. It's been very grandiose in previous years. Microsoft is backed out. So they're no longer a part of the show, which I think is a big deal. Not that Microsoft ever really introduced anything that was cool, honestly. Right. They never did.
Yeah.
But it was a big draw for people to go to like this keynote with Bomb Dog, and there'd be like 20,000 people in this huge ballroom, probably less, like 10, 15. And he would give a keynote, and Microsoft pumped a lot of money into the event, I think. Because, for instance, previous years, it was always that like a lot of the events were held at the Venetian, which is one of the nicest hotels, casinos on the Strip. Beautiful, beautiful casino. This year, all the events, besides being at the Las Vegas Convention Center, which is where they always are, was at like the Mandalay Bay and the MGM Grand. These two hotels at the very, very end of the Strip. And they're not crappy, but they're kind of old, you know, and you go in there and you're just like, I'm like, I feel like I'm at a convention, like a crappy convention now. Like, I'm at an insurance salesman convention. Like, what is happening here? So it just didn't feel as grand. It felt like it was smaller. Although CEA, which is the organization, or I think it's just CA, that puts on the Consumer Electronics Show, they said it was their biggest show ever. But I wonder how they're framing that. So I spent a lot of time in the press room, but at night we always go to these events, and they pile all these like technology companies into one room to kind of pitch to the press their products.
Yeah.
That's actually where you learn about a lot of this stuff. Like, it's where I saw this stupid Bluetooth fork.
Yeah.
Did you see that thing?
Everyone's talking about that.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's a cool invention, and I think eventually it might be something that people could actually use.
Well, describe it.
So it's this blocky square fork
Yeah.
with a huge handle, and then it has like a regular fork at the end.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get them to tell me what it does. And I think I titled my video, "The Bluetooth fork is here, and now we've truly seen everything." You know,
Did you talk to the creator guy in his broken English?
Yeah, I did. And he's like, "Yeah, it shakes when you eat too fast," you know? And I was like, "Okay, that's going to stop you from eating."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Does it electrocute you or anything when you eat too much?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, "That's a missed opportunity right there. That's what it should do."
And he stood in front of him and started talking to the camera.
Yeah. Oh, man. So all it does, as far as I could tell, was interacts with the website and tells like how fast you're eating.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't know what you're eating. It doesn't know how many calories are in what you're eating.
Yeah.
It's like all it is a Bluetooth fork.
Yeah.
Next year's model, the Spork. The Bluetooth Spork. It's gonna be a hot commodity.
Yeah, I saw it. That, and then the other one that supposedly everyone's talking about was the Potty, the iPad Potty, the Dora the Explorer.
We talked about that on Cultcast. I called it the crappiest iPad case on the market. Cool products that I saw. Man, there's just so many cool products there. Really, really awesome TVs coming out. Samsung debuted this. There's a whole new category of TVs being developed called Ultra HD.
Yeah, they're 4K.
The 4K televisions.
I saw like YouTube videos of them, and they were behind the guy talking, and I'm like, I can tell on YouTube that is like psycho high definition.
It's incredible. It's incredible. Yeah. They're not just high definition. The color saturation is incredible. The detail is incredible. Everything about them is really beautiful. I mean, the most beautiful images that you've seen. I mean, it's just you just have to stand in front of one. They're unlike anything that you can describe because you've never seen anything like this on paper, in digital format, anything.
Are we gonna start seeing some big box names like actually rolling out to your local Best Buy anytime soon?
Well, that's the thing.
Or are they all just kind of like conceptual?
As far as I know, the Samsung Ultra HD TV which was an 85-inch television. It was super thin, and it came in like this frame where the TV could swivel up and down.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And it kind of looked like a goalie or like a soccer goal. But here's the thing: they are going on for sale. I think they're going to be $40,000 each, $50,000 each. I don't know what people are going to do with these things. Like I had channels that aren't even in 1080p.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Comcast isn't going to start streaming 4K television. Your internet service provider, you know, isn't going to start, or I'm sorry, your cable provider isn't going to start streaming HD like this. I mean...
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be a longer transition.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, standard def to high def, I mean, as soon as it got affordable, it was really like a no-brainer. It was like, am I going to look at you look at standard def next to high def, and it was like I can have a thin TV and it's way better better resolution. And then as soon as the cable provider started to convert everything to HD, that was like, that was the transition there. But I don't know. How long do you think it took? I feel like it took like 10 years or something.
Yeah,
like
and
that.
it wouldn't surprise me if it took another 10 to get to 4K. I mean, because here's the thing. I mean, we're at this weird place where all this technology is becoming possible, but your cable provider doesn't want to increase your bandwidth. They don't want to give you more bandwidth,
right?
Unless you pay for it, you pay more for it.
Yeah, they want to be the purveyor of all the content as much as they possibly can.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't want to be just a dumb pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even like Verizon for their iPhone plans now, you can tether for free, which used to cost like $20 a month.
Right.
And by tether, I mean tether your iPhone to your computer, so your computer can use your iPhone's data. But that's just because now it's metered, right? So they're like, use as much as you want, because every time you use it, we make money.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the way that our cable companies are trying to go. So I don't know what people are going to do with these TVs. You can't watch. I guess you could upscale a Blu-ray disc on there. That might look cool, but you can't watch DVDs. They're going to look like crap. You can't watch TV because TV doesn't exist for this device. So it's like a really beautiful TV that you can't use. I mean, I don't know why anyone would pay $40,000 for them, but they're selling them.
So they're actually, that seems like a lot, because HD TVs were never in the 10 grand range, right?
Oh, they were.
Really?
Oh yeah. When plasma televisions first came out, they were like $20,000
in the store.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I remember seeing one at Best Buy that was $10K.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they still exist like that high?
I don't think so. They've
plasma
come
televisions
down.
or anything?
I don't think so, unless you get like an 85 or 100-inch plasma television.
Yeah.
But
I don't
that's
think
just
they get that big.
Huh?
I think plasma has like a cap at how big they can get. Yeah.
Oh, we saw some 100-inch televisions there. I saw an 85-inch 8K television. And I'm like, what are you gonna do with 8K? What are you gonna do with 4K? What are you gonna do with 8K? Like, you can't even touch 8K.
And it was solid gold.
Yeah, it was solid gold, and all it did was play a loop of a flower blossoming every 10 seconds. So that stuff was really cool.
And a will.i.am video.
Yeah, that obviously. By the way, you saw that, right?
What?
will.i.am?
Oh, the picture? Yeah.
No, so we were in the press room, and Buster comes up to me. Cult to Mac writer, Cultcast, someone on the Cultcast, and he's like, will.i.am's over there. And I was like, oh, really? Ooh. I was like, did he have his camera with him?
He's like, yeah.
this stupid iPhone accessory that will.i.am's trying to sell. He's like, yes. I get up. Sure enough, I spot will.i.am's finally crafted part in his hair, right? Because he shaves it into his head, and he's wearing this weird getup, this suit jacket with a zipper on the back, but the front has no zippers. He's wearing moon boots, and he's just being swarmed by journalists, just swarmed, right? And I'm like, I don't care that will.i.am is here. I don't want to. What am I going to talk to him about, right?
Yeah.
But he was there trying to pimp his
Camera.
his iPhone camera.
Yeah, we talked about it on the show.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. We talked about the camera, but not this particular occurrence.
No, the camera.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's there trying to pimp that thing. Mm-hmm. He was blocking the hallway, man. And I was like, dude, I'm trying to get through.
Yeah.
Hello, will.i.am. And then my favorite part was when Buster realizes that his name is actually William. I was like, he's like, wait, his name's William. And I was like, will.i.am? Yeah, wait.
Hold on, Erfon. I don't know if you heard about this.
This is like that meme where that dude's in a crowd and he's just like, it's like sudden discovery will or something. I don't know. Anyway.
Anywho.
So, hey, I wanted to show you something real fast.
Sure.
So, like I said, we get to go to a lot of these media events, and oftentimes these media companies or these technology companies are trying to hand out samples because they want us to review stuff for Cult to Mac.
Yep. And
this is one of the cooler products I saw. It's not Mac related at all. It's called the Lucy. Mm-hmm. It's a solar lantern. And so, let me just pull this guy out. The idea behind it is cool. The product was actually really good, I thought. How the hell do I get this thing out of here? So what it is, it's a plastic lantern that you can unfold. Mm-hmm. It's solar powered, which means you can charge it via the sun. And if you charge it for, I think 4 to 6 hours, it will give you light for 6 to 12.
That's kind of cool.
Totally waterproof. If I open this thing up, oh, there we go. Oh, you gotta inflate it. And
really?
So the cool thing is, they're kind of like taking the Tom's Shoes model. So the guy who was telling me about it was like, there you go. You know, in that he's like, a lot of people in the world don't have electricity. You know, like there's places that still don't have any electricity. I can't get this thing out of here. Hold on. And so if you buy one of these little lamps,
Yeah.
They'll
give another one to somebody else.
They'll give another one,
like a
to
third
somebody
world
else in a third world country.
Cool.
So let me see if I can. No, of course not. Oh wait, I've got the nipple.
Yeah. You should have prepped this, dude.
I wanted to do it.
Blow up your floaty. Then he passes out on the show.
Okay, there we go. So totally waterproof, which means you can play with it in the pool.
You can charge it super quick with the sun coming out.
Yeah, no kidding. So it has, I think, what, 4, 8, 12 LEDs in there.
That's really cool.
So $20. Mm-hmm.
I see it.
Yeah, absolutely. $20. You buy one, and then they give one to somebody in another country that doesn't have light. So it just totally transforms their world, right? Because like if you're living in some remote place in Africa, and the sun goes down, all of a sudden you have no light.
Yeah, that's the end of the day right there.
Yeah, and that's the end of the day right there. So this gives them up to a year of light based on solar electricity. And really cool product, unlike anything that I've seen there. And I really love like the whole idea behind it, that they're actually like using these to improve people's lives.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of products there, it's just like, they're just trying to sell crap. They're just like, hey, I have this widget, blah, 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 blah. You should use it.
I have a fork, a happy fork.
I have a happy fork that shakes your hand when you eat too fast. You should buy it. It's $100. Yeah, $20.
That's nice.
Yeah, and great for campers.
What's the
right?
website if people want to check that out?
It's the letter M, powered. I like how they spell it. MPOWERD.com.
So powered with no E at the end.
Power with no E at the end. It has two brightness levels, and then I think it does SOS.
Oh.
Or
I guess it
just blinks. Actually, this is not SOS. I think it does just blink.
Oh, it actually.
Yes.
You thought it did Morse code for SOS.
Yeah, but yeah, I should probably charge this thing too.
Kind of cool, man.
Super cool device, right? And with all like the super slick gadgets out there that you're seeing, these really highly polished booths.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing. They can fit.
Yeah.
Those LEDs that can give off so much light. They're just these tiny little things in there.
Yeah, right? It's actually weird when you see an LED to see how small they are. And then, the solar charging board in this little area right here, it's like totally tiny.
I like that because, solar's been around forever. I remember when I was little and I'd mess around with solar panel boards and in the calculators, I'd be like, oh, this is cool. But no one ever really did anything that compelling with it,
Mm-hmm.
This is cool to see something so simple,
Yeah, it's just a great idea. So one of the things I covered.
Super smart that you can collapse it,
Yeah, really collapsible,
and it's
right?
probably super inexpensive to produce because it's just.
Well, yeah, they're
plastic,
selling them for I think $16 or $18 if you just buy one.
You take it camping.
Yeah, you can take it camping.
That's cool.
Tracy Lander's wife was trying to tell me you could hang them in your yard and that would look cool, and I was like, I don't know about that. But
I didn't ask you.
Yeah, I was like, woman, did I ask you a question? Lander, you better get her under control. And he went and cowered in his bedroom. So that's it for CES. Any questions? Didn't you want to ask me about something?
Oh no, yeah. I had there's a video going around that I wanted to talk about. So you were at the Qualcomm keynote, which was like the big.
I was not.
Okay, it was the big keynote that displaced Microsoft because Microsoft typically.
Oh, was it the big
keynote.
one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I did not know
Microsoft
that.
typically has like the main stage big keynote.
Right. Yeah.
And this year, for some reason, it was Qualcomm, who doesn't even sell consumer electronics. They sell
they sell like
chips and stuff.
Chips
right?
for cell phones.
Yeah.
I was really confused as to why anyone would want to go to this.
So they had this very strange keynote with live actors and stuff.
Yeah.
And
we talked about this on the Cult Cast.
And somebody broke it down into a very short video, or The Verge did. So thank you, The Verge. But we'll watch a little bit of it because it's pretty funny. So mute your phone.
Happy New Year!
I'm part of a new generation of texting.
I'm John, but better known by Tornado 92. I just pwned half the world from backstage, so eat it, Volcano Mom 53. Ooh!
Oh my gosh.
Sweet job, and a hot girlfriend, and by hot, I mean like, fuego! Boom! My phone is my conference room. Heads up. Imagine funny cat videos meets Gangnam Style. Boom! Can you dig it? I can dig it. We're born mobile.
We're born mobile.
You gotta be mobile if you want to be a top dog. Or a tough-ass warrior.
Or super popular.
Or a CEO.
That was the best part. He should have had sparks.
Cheer, Paul!
Bomb dog.
1,000 applications.
Look,
were added
he
to
interrupts,
the list below.
tries to interrupt Bomb
CNN,
Dog.
Sony's Crackle,
Watch.
Songza, Twitter, Expedia, and Fitbit. They also have plenty of Huffington Post, No Textbooks, Dropbox, Barnes & Noble Nook, the Disney's Where's My Water application. We're working with some amazing people. Please welcome Guillermo del Toro.
Oh my gosh, Guillermo del Toro was there?
Actor Alice Eve.
I don't know who that is.
I have no idea who that is either.
Everybody's favorite 8-foot feathered friend, Big Bird. All right.
The guy in the Big Bird outfit.
South Africa.
CS 2013.
Rolls-Royce with an electric motor. Ladies and gentlemen, Maroon 5.
Oh my gosh.
Look, this is where the audio messes up.
We're really all part of what we're calling Gen M now, the Born Mobile generation.
Born mobile? Born mobile.
Born Mobile generation.
Born mobile?
Born Mobile. Born Mobile. Were you born mobile? Not exactly.
Now you saw it.
Wow. Yeah, so I wasn't there at this.
Yeah.
I heard about it actually right before we did Cult Cast, I think on day 3 or something, and John Brownlee was telling me about how awful this was.
That's how I heard about it. From
Oh, I wish I had been there so bad.
It's really long. The whole video is on YouTube, but if you go to the youtube.com/The Verge, you can watch the 2-minute version of it with all the weird
that
stuff.
That beginning bit that they did is just downright embarrassing.
Right?
It's like it feels like it's the idea of somebody who's 50, their idea of what it's like to be cool now.
Yeah.
It's like they watched like a lot of TV. They've been watching MTV for weeks.
Yeah.
And they're ready to, they're like, I know what cool people are like.
Yeah.
And then he's like trying to coach the actors, and the actors are like, no.
But dude,
This is gonna be really bad.
How embarrassing would it be to be those actors on that stage? Because, I mean, I've never seen a keynote where they've taken, like, you know, where they've done, like, stage acting and been like, I'm a gamer, and, like, that kind of thing. Like, imagine if Apple tried to roll out. They like, we're going to take a break and show, like, what the youth is doing nowadays.
You know what the youth up to?
Yeah.
Youth? My girl's so hot. She's got, like... It's like, what? What is that? Her breasts? Is that what you're talking about? Hey, I'm a CEO. I like breasts.
Dude. And then, yeah, it's just, it makes you feel like if you're actually watching the full thing, it just makes you feel awkward to watch.
It's hard to watch.
You just feel like when you watch like your, I don't know, like your friend do a bad play and you're just like kind of cringing or something, you know? But then at the end of the day, it's Qualcomm. It's like people aren't jazzed about Qualcomm, you know?
Well, no one was really jazzed about Microsoft either. Although the Xbox was cool.
Like, oh, I'm gonna go to the store and buy that new Qualcomm.
Yeah. Oh man, I love Qualcomm. They're a hot brand these days. I don't understand what they were doing there either. I mean, I just figured that Samsung was kind of going to take that place for Microsoft, you know, having that major keynote. Because the Samsung keynote was actually pretty big. But now I'm really bummed that I missed that. Wrapping up on CES.
Actually,
I'm also really... Oh, did you have something else
I
you
had
want to
one
show?
more thing, yeah.
Is this from CES?
Yeah.
I'm just so bummed I missed so much of it. You know, like, it's so huge. Like, being there for a week isn't even enough. Like, you don't get a chance to see everything.
Yeah, I bet.
And when you're writing about it, like, it just kind of inhibits you. Because there's a lot of smaller vendors, too, which are the ones I love to visit and see what products they have. Because that's usually where I find the best stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are we saying here?
Oh, okay, so
Okay.
This is sort of a follow-up to our last show, or I don't remember if it was the last one, but we were talking about telepresence. And usually, like, I'm a naysayer. We saw the Kubi, and I was like, yeah, that's dumb. But, like, this one, actually, I was surprised by the performance of it, mostly. But this is a new telepresence called Beam.
What's up, guys? This is Will here from LogicLounge.com. Here with Stephanie
What is
on
he
the
wearing?
Beam mobile presence technology. It's by Suitable Technologies, and she's joining us here remotely, actually. She's a mechanical engineer in Palo Alto, California. So there's going to be a slight delay as we speak here, but we're going to interview her from her place there. So hi, Stephanie.
From her place there.
Hi, how's it going?
It is going great. I'm glad to be here with you. Why don't you tell us about what you have going on?
Sure. This is a device that we hope will allow people to travel instantly anywhere by giving them a mobile system that they can use to communicate to people in remote places.
And do you have any applications currently? I know we already spoke that you are not looking for retail, and we had asked you about data centers, and we thought that would be a cool use. And you had spoke that you used it as a mechanical engineer. Why don't you tell me about that?
Sure. I actually use this on a weekly basis. I telecommute quite frequently, and what I do...
I was just surprised, like, how quick that is. Like, Skype isn't like that. Like, and they're at freaking S. Like, wouldn't the latency be insane, you know?
Oh, man, yeah, the internet there is so bad.
So I was like, wow, like, it's just like they're having a normal back and forth and no latency. Do you see how, like, there was nothing?
Well, you know, they probably paid for, you can pay for...
Your own Wi-Fi.
Well, not even Wi-Fi, but aligned internet, so wired internet. I mean, in the press room, I did a speed test before I uploaded video, and I got 80 down, 30 down and like 80 up.
Jesus.
I mean, that's the fastest upload speed I've ever seen. So they were ready this year, because in years previous, it was just so bad you could barely use it.
Yeah.
This thing actually looks pretty cool.
It's cool, right?
Yeah, I mean...
At first glance, I was like, oh, what the hell? And then you watch a little bit more, and you're like, actually, that
would be
is
awesome.
kinda cool,
Yeah, like
right?
if you're in a meeting, like I could definitely see those like being at a table, like even watching it, it feels like you're just sitting there with her.
Yeah, and she moves around in the end, I think. Here.
Oh, she does. Let's see.
Let's see here.
And this device is completely mobile, only restricted really by the Wi-Fi network, as I understand. Is that correct?
Yes, as long as you're connected to the internet, you could use this and move around as if you're really there.
Oh, whoa.
I'll let you move around here a little bit as we sign
she's
off.
controlling
Feel free to move around.
Sure, I can move side,
Johnny Five.
It's like out of the Jetsons.
Right?
I wonder how much that thing costs. It's got to be
This
like
is
$5,000.
Will here
Probably
on the
like
CES show
more, wouldn't you
floor
think? I don't know.
at the International CES 2013.
So,
Signing off with Stephanie remotely. Thank you.
Thanks to Logic Lounge on YouTube for that video. They did really good coverage. That's how I kind of learned about this kind of new stuff.
Cool.
But yeah, it was cool. I thought that it was a lot more kind of slick presentation of telepresence than I've seen in a really long time. Like,
See, this is the cool stuff about CES. Like, I think there's 3,500 different vendors there, so there's 3,500 booths just like this.
Yeah.
And you pass the Samsung booth, you pass the Intel booth, and they're massive, and they have like 1,000 products in there, and most of it's just crap you don't even care about.
Right.
And they might have one or two products that are actually really cool. But this is the story. These are the stories that you're trying to find when you're there. Like, you're gadget hunting for cool stuff that, you know, maybe no one's covered, but might be cool in the future. And that does look kind of weird at first, but yeah, that would be really cool. And having worked on site at Microsoft, that's something I could see them using.
yeah.
Like, it would be really useful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool that their presentation was. It seems like their booth is pretty vacant, and it's just the people from Beam that are not there that are doing it. That's pretty clever because it could have been just like a few people standing around. They're like, "Oh, check it out," you know.
That guy should have stole one.
They're actually.
Hey, put me down. What are you doing to my rear end? Yeah.
That was a shock
Yeah.
button.
Get off my beam.
Like, oh yeah, I have guns. It's like a mech.
Dude, that would be awesome. They need to make the military beam where it's
Yeah.
like, just like, you're like, they can see you're smiling, dude. You're all controlling it. And there's like machine guns on it and stuff.
You know what kind of that reminded me of Wreck-It Ralph when they did the first person shooter, the way that they did that. Do you remember?
No, I had a kid screaming at me throughout the entire movie.
Oh dang!
So I probably missed it.
You should go see it. It's a good movie.
Yeah, it actually is a great movie. So I think that's it for CES.
Actually, I was gonna say one thing that I thought was really cool about this year is that people were able to have booths that were Kickstarter projects. Like I heard that there was a lot of Kickstarter projects now at CES where that would have been just so hard to have a fan following or even like a however $1,000 booth that was at CES.
Interesting.
And now, like,
that's actually a really good point.
people like the all the little smart watches that we love so much have a booth there and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I actually met several people who were trying to get their projects kickstarted.
Yeah, funded. Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to get them funded.
That's cool.
That's very cool, and that's not the first time I've seen that there, but this year it was much more prominent than it was in years past.
That's great though, because I mean, you can do as much promotion on the internet, but having that physical thing, especially if it's a good widget, being able to show it off to The Verge and to Cult of Mac and everybody else, that's great.
Yeah, it is a really good way to get your project,
Hopefully it's great and then you didn't waste your money.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, we can't wrap up on CES without talking about the parties.
Okay.
So normally there's a ton of great parties. And for me personally, I generally don't partake of any of them until the very last day before we leave. Like generally by Wednesday is when things are starting to wrap up for us, which is weird because for regular consumers, the show starts on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's right.
But by Wednesday, for us, we've been there since Sunday. It's like winding down.
Yeah.
And all the cool stuff has already been covered. The keynotes are all over. So that, for me, I'm like getting ready to kick back. And that's when Wired has their party, which we went to, which was a lot smaller this year than years previous. But the Monster party is always monstrous. So Monster's actually really smart. They throw this huge party in the Paris.
Oh, you were talking about Monster.
Yeah, I was talking about Monster. Like, the company that makes all those outrageously expensive accessories.
Love those energy drinks.
Oh, right. Not the energy drink company. So they threw a huge party, and we met some new friends at the Wired party. And it's funny because in Vegas, you never know what time it is. And we're like, hey, we should go out after this. It's probably like 11.
Yeah.
When the Wired party wraps up. So we met this guy, and he works at VentureBeat. His name's Sean, and we went to the Wired party, and we didn't actually have tickets to get in. You have to find a way to get in, but it's a massive party. They probably invite like 10,000 people.
Yeah.
So Sean's like, well, let me see if I can get you guys in, and I was like, all right, cool. So we walk up. And last year they were super strict. I mean, really strict. He's like, hey, I'm Sean from VentureBeat. And he showed him his ID or whatever, and they're like, oh, cool, we have you on the list because they didn't have us on, even though we thought maybe we had reserved a spot or something. Anyway, so he's like, can I bring these guys in there with me? And she was like, oh, sure. So she hands us these gold bracelets that you have to put on, and she's like, yeah, and these are VIP bracelets. So all the bars, there's 24 bars in the party, like spread out everywhere. It's this open bar the entire night, right? Which was a bad thing for us probably. And then we got to saw Alicia Keys perform, which was awesome. I've never seen her perform before, and she is just so talented, man, like so great. And then afterwards, they're like, these gold bracelets get you into the Monster VIP party, and we're like, oh, cool. So we head to this like bar that's like not very far away from where this ballroom was that we had the show at. Me and Leander go in, Buster goes in too. Sean decides he's gonna leave because he's like, this is just like a regular club, right? They're charging like $18 a drink, and he's like, I don't really want to pay for alcohol. He's like, I'm out of here. We're like, all right, see you, dude. So me and Buster are just kind of like hanging out. We're trying to find Leander, and we can't find him. So finally, we decide to leave because we're like, dude, this party's kind of dumb. Like anyone can get in, and if it's not open bar, it's like, what's the point? Why do we even have these bracelets on?
Yep.
So we leave. We get outside the party, and these girls approach us, and they're like, hey, do you want to buy some VIP bracelets for the party, the Monster VIP party? And we're like, we already have VIP bracelets, and we show it to them, and they're like, oh, so you're already able to get free drinks and all this other stuff. And we're like, what? Like we were just in there. Like there is no free drinks or anything, right? Like they're making everyone pay.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, there's a whole separate party that they have to let you into on the other side of the bar. So you guys should go back in. So we're like, oh, so we walked back in and we found this like little tiny area that was like roped off. Uh-huh. And we like flash our bracelets to them, and they're like, no, you can't come in. This is for like backstage pass holders, because I guess Alicia Keys might have been there.
Yeah.
So we're like, what the heck? And then we look over to the other side of the bar, and there's another little roped off area. So we walk over there, and the guy, he like looks at our bracelets, right? And he's like, oh, okay. He like waves us through. And then we get into an elevator that takes us up to the very top of the Paris. It's like, have you ever been to Vegas?
Yeah.
It's right below the Eiffel Tower. There's a rooftop party deck up there. And it's like packed with people. And like all the drinks are free. And I walk in and Leander's there and he's got like these inflatable like monster like, I don't know what they were. They were like LED like inflatable sticks. And he's like air drumming and stuff. Like everyone's just totally hammered, right? And he's like, ah, where were you guys? And we were like, dude, how did you even find this area? Like, we didn't even know you guys were up here. He's like, I've been searching for you. And then we, of course, get like all these free drinks, which was crazy. And we way overdid it that night. It's actually embarrassing. And
here are the pictures.
Roll the nude pictures. And I was going somewhere with this. But anyway, so we leave and we look at our watches and it's freaking 3:30 in the morning. And there is no point of this story except for that when you're in Vegas, it's really weird how you think you know what time it is. And then you look at your watch and you're like, how did this happen? Like, how did it get to be so late? And we didn't even notice. We air drummed the heck.
The night away.
I mean, out of those little stupid monster LED things. I think I still might have them here. Let's wrap up with our last story of the day.
Alrighty. One last story of the day.
Netflix!
I actually don't know that much about this, like most stuff I talk about.
So it's called the I'm Watch.
Yeah. They have an
It's
apostrophe.
a smartphone watch that was missing but is finally here.
Yeah. So we like to talk about smartwatches on this show.
Yeah. I don't even wear watches that aren't
How
smart.
much we don't think they're cool. But yeah, I just heard about this one. I don't know very much about it. I actually would like to know more if you guys know more, because I tweeted it and most people didn't know either. But they have this great website that's obviously apple.com exact.
It's imapple.com.
But
I'm into apples.com.
that's one thing I don't like about people when they rip off Apple shamelessly. It's kind of lame.
Yeah, that's not exactly. Oh my.
Yeah.
gosh.
So okay, here's the interface that they're touting, and we can watch a little video. How about that?
Let's do it.
Another Apple video here. It can splooge all your data to your watch.
Data splooge. Now featuring Data Splooge. Oh man.
Oh snap!
Are you in a meeting talking to white people? You need the splooge data.
Do you want something humongous on your wrist? It is a fashion statement.
Your music always with you. It is. It's on my phone. It's called an iPhone. Do you look angry when you run?
And wear short shorts?
Do you like short shorts? You need the iWatch.
It gets better, dude. Because then it starts to be like that camera that we liked so much that over-promised.
Is it running iWatch OS?
It's running I'm Droid 2 with
I'm
Mail,
Mail.
SIMS, and I'm Notification.
And I'm Appointments. Oh, it does Facebook? Wow, now I need it.
I'm
Instagram.
I want Instagram on a tiny little watch.
I'm Emoticon.
And it has I'm Cloud.
I'm Cloud. The new iWatch doesn't exist.
So we're gonna throw in everything but the kitchen sink. And have an I'm Marketplace with apps.
This is truly baffling. A world of apps.
Why not throw in more, guys?
Oh man. 1999.
Oh, it's still going? God.
Dude, never ending.
It's like fading out. Nah. A guy comes up to you.
So are you gonna buy it? Have you reserved yours yet?
Does it exist?
I'm not sure, but I mean they're selling it.
I mean,
so
I don't understand. Like, you hit purchase.
Yeah, and what does it do?
I mean, it has one yellow one left that
So
you
they
can
got
get.
one yellow one.
But I don't really get it.
Dude, try adding it to cart and
if
see
it's
what
real.
happens. Shipping.
Well, I guess it,
oh
I
my
guess you
gosh.
can. It's in euros.
Yeah, so it's
389 euros. I mean, it just goes back to me thinking that it's dumb. It's like, I have my phone, mere inches away from my hand, so why do I need to go up here and then I can just do this?
that's like the iWatch.
And get a
all the
better
things that your
experience.
iPhone does, except doesn't do them quite as well.
Yeah, and a crappier interface that tries to look like Apple.
Yeah.
But not quite.
And they don't tell you what any of this stuff does, like the iCloud.
Yeah.
And-
Well, I don't know. Maybe we're just jumping to conclusions because,
Well, dude, you can purchase it.
oh my god.
Oh wow, it's up.
They
Or
have-
at least the login page is.
This is shamelessly like trying to be Apple. Like, look at this. Really, guys? What? I mean, unless your point is just to be, well, I don't think this would happen. To try to be acquired by Apple, but why would Apple need to acquire you to build hardware? They know how to do hardware.
Well, not to mention if you're trying to be acquired by Apple, copying everything they do.
Yeah.
Not the best way to do that.
Yeah, I mean, what is this thing? Oh, a GPS. Okay, but anyway,
I mean, it looks like they actually have some real products, but hey, who knows if they actually do?
I take a personal like annoyance to people that are like, Apple does great marketing. Let's just do exactly what they do.
Yeah, right.
And like, it's like you're not appreciating great marketing. You're just a copycat.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just taking what they do and doing photos like they do and doing exactly the same text and exactly
like
the same website and exactly the same checkout. Like, I mean, come on.
Now I feel like you're talking about my pillow company, Toss Girl. Which we're doing our whole separate thing. I mean, we got a site update coming with
With
some wood
I
panel
am
walls.
pillows.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Redonkey.
Get your own brand. Come on.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I'm Watch. Of course, the iPhone doesn't have iMessaging.
we're kind of
It has iMessage, but not iMessage.
we're still in the camp of we don't like smartwatches. So
No, I don't wear watches, period. So I
Neither
don't
do
care how
I.
smart it is.
yeah, and if it is real, somebody can tell me. All I can tell is you can check out. But all the other things that just it tacked on and tacked on and tacked on, I was like, so it has an app store? That seems like sort of unbelievable. I haven't heard of any developers saying I'm developing for the iWatch, right?
Yeah, no one is.
So
I think that's kind of a pipe dream. It's like, we're going to have an app store. It's like, yeah, but I wonder if you'll have any apps for it.
right now we have the stock apps or something. Why don't you just
Yeah.
start slow and like at least the Pebble is like we're the Pebble, we're not trying to be Apple,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
trying to like brand confuse you to thinking that you're buying an Apple Watch,
I think the funny thing is I still don't know what that watch actually does. After watching that slick like marketing video and they're like, it's going to have I'm Facebook and I'm Twitter and I'm this and I'm that.
Yeah.
It's like you still don't actually know what it does.
Now there's nobody just showing you like
Yeah, like
this is what
here's
it
how
does.
it works. Here's how you send a tweet. I bet you none of that's been thought out yet.
I'm Facebook.
I'm Facebook.
They have icons. Leave it at
I'm
that.
taking your money and not sending you a watch.
That's what your receipt
called.
says.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it, dude.
All right.
That's all the show we got. I could keep talking about CES for an
Ever.
age. Yeah, there's just that much to say. But if
cool.
you guys have any questions, tweet me or leave
go watch
some...
your videos. Where can we find those?
I think there's the Cult of Mac Facebook page. So, or I'm sorry, the Cult of Mac YouTube page, youtube.com/ Cult of Mac TV,
yeah,
maybe?
I think so.
Are they on there?
TV. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Neat.
Awesome.
All right,
All right,
guys.
that's it for us for now. Hey, if I'm interested in learning more about your tweets,
And
your-
my I'm tweet.
your I'm tweets, so that's what I'm really interested in. Where would I go to do that?
First, you gotta buy a $400 watch.
Yeah, I can do that. Seems reasonable.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay, everybody, you got that part out of the way. Then you can follow me on Twitter. My name is just @RobertoHoyos, RobertoHoyos. You can also follow Throwboy on Twitter @Throwboy. What about you?
I'm at Erfon, and of course, you can always catch the Cultcast on iTunes. That's just it's a search for Cultcast. I'm like, I don't really have
No
any
easy way to
things.
do that yet.
Yeah. So, and also, you can watch new and previous episodes of User Friendly on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com / user friendly show. And you can also subscribe on iTunes, which would be great because then that way when we upload a new episode, magically and revolutionarily appears on your device.
Auto-magically,
revolutionarily appears on your iPhone.
And speaking of
your iPad.
iTunes, before we wrap completely up, I'll tack on one more thing, which is our new segment.
The never-ending UF.
Where we talk about...
the never-ending UF.
Where we get a dramatic reading of one of our reviews by Erfon Elijah himself. So let's read...
Should I just do...
this one?
Which one? Tied for the Cultcast for my fave.
5-star.
5-star. This comes from Tom DeSouza. Thank you, Tom. What kind of accent should I do it in?
Regular.
I'll do... Surfer. So what I got out of the last episode is this. I'm not quoting verbatim. Hey, Roberto, this app is cool. You have to see it. Erfon, what have you been smoking? Because that's the only way this is cool is if you have a stash or something I don't know about. These guys are hilarious. Keep it up. That was Alex Heath's surfer laugh, a.k.a. bird whistle.
Well, thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Tom. I'm not even sure what I just read because it's hard doing it in that accent.
Yeah.
Was it nice? Did he say something nice?
It was 5 stars.
Cool. Thank you, Tom.
Thanks,
That's
Tom.
pretty much the summary of our show and how it works.
Well, everybody, thank you for watching. I think we're all done with our self-promotions. And we will see you guys next week with a new episode of User Friendly. Peace.
Double salute.